What if I told you that there is a simple habit that requires zero active effort that can completely transform your life top to bottom? It will help you regain your masculine energy, make you confident, increase testosterone, and improve your game. As you have already guessed, we are talking about an intimate topic here. We're talking about how to rewire your brain so that it's not dependent on satisfaction and instant pleasure. By doing that, it allows you to take full control over your brain and do whatever you set your mind to. First, before we take any steps, before we discuss anything else, try to understand this simple message. Don't be a simp. Simps are usually thirsty, emotionally desperate men who try to get attention and validation from girls at all costs. They are low-value men who don't have anything interesting going on in their lives, who don't have any responsibilities and interests, so instead they try to chase girls and satisfy themselves by doing that thing. What usually happens is they end up being creeps who stalk on them on social media. By being that person, by wanting that attention and wanting that satisfaction and even wanting that relationship too much or too bad, they automatically push women and make them not want to be with you because you are a creep and simp. So to rewire your brain and not be dependent on women or not be dependent on satisfaction, you have to stop being a simp. As simple as that. Once we have that out of the way, let's talk about the actual steps that you can take to undo your damaged brain and how we can actually achieve that. Number one is stop looking at girls. This is a very personal experience, or I can actually relate to this point very much, because whenever you go outside, especially in this summer season, everything is blooming, there are leaves, everything is green, you're full of testosterone, your hormones are playing their game. Especially in this season and in this time of day, you want to go outside and approach girls or maybe talk to them, right? The funny thing that happens is usually you end up looking at girls and fantasizing about them. Not gonna lie, sometimes I catch myself in the situation too. I go out, do my thing, going about my day, and then I see good looking women and I'm like, holy. So instead of being like a creep and looking at them and staring at them, I try to divert my attention back to what I'm doing, back to the present situation. So I'm like, okay, thanks, cool, but let me go my own way. Please understand that to undo your damaged brain, one of the things that you have to do is reclaim the power over your brain. And the only way you are able to do that is when you stop idolizing women. You stop trying to put them in a pedestal. Men tend to do that. Men tend to idolize women just off of their nature, just off of their beauty, and instead of that, try to diminish the importance of that and be on your way. I understand when your hormones and testosterone, everything is okay. That's like one of the most natural things that you want to be doing. But just by consciously diverting your energy from that, diverting your energy from looking at girls, diverting your energy from fantasizing and imagining stuff, you take that thing, you take the energy, you take your focus and put it into whatever you're doing at the present moment. The truth is, it's not gonna happen naturally. It's not gonna be like you wake up and then you're like, you know, I'm not interested in girls, because that is a scientific and ancestral thing. Like, you want to look at girls and that's totally natural. But the side effects is that you might get addicted to it. You might get addicted to adult content. You might get addicted to any type of cues. To prevent that, one of the things that you can do is to stop looking at girls. Simple. Number two is get on NoFap. I cannot stress the importance of NoFap enough, because it has been a game changer in my life, in many other people's lives. And all the advocates of NoFap talk about the same thing, and rightfully so. Increased testosterone, your hormones are okay, you have more power, you have more confidence in yourself, less likely to be awkward in social situations, and most importantly, disciplined. You are not going to fulfill all of your urges and desires the moment they come to you. Instead, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the energy and divert it to other areas of your life, be it fitness, gym, business, studies, work, anything like that. Personally, I have been on NoFap for 8 months, 7 months, 9 months, I don't know. Did I relapse? I'm gonna be honest, yes, I did once, but it doesn't matter. NoFap for me is more like a lifestyle. I'm not counting days, but also at the same time, I'm not being a slave to my desires and urges. The truth is, one of the biggest energies is S3 actual energy, and that energy, you cannot just simply shut it off. You cannot just push it down and say, you know what, bye-bye. But what you can do is divert the energy. You can divert the energy and use it in other areas and excel. Number three is talk to girls in real life. This is a huge topic. We could go on and on talking about the problems, why people don't talk to each other face to face that much, especially men, right? Young adults, maybe even teenagers. They do not talk to girls face to face because social media, as simple as that. Because we have all of these online interactions, when it comes to face to face, people start getting awkward. They're happening because you don't have confidence to come up to girls and say, hey, you are beautiful, maybe we can go on a date, maybe we can have a walk or something like that. So just acknowledging the simple fact that you are interested in a girl can make you more confident. As a result, you are less addicted to adult content, which equals to your brain being normal again and functioning properly without being overly promiscuous and dependent on satisfaction. Next up, number four is use weird imaginations if you have to. Men to men, I understand how difficult it is to get your eyes off of of girls when you are, for example, outside and not trying to look at them, right? You see all of these girls, you fantasize them. The key here is to sometimes use weird imaginations because they help. Let's say you are memorizing something like a new word, studying English, studying Spanish, any other languages. So you come across a new word, let's say conscience. So you're like, okay, how do I memorize this word conscience? Well, one of the simplest ways, you can just split it into two, give weird and specific associations to each one of them, and then it helps you memorize those words in a easier way. You look at girls and then you have to acknowledge that, hey, this is a human body, this is an anatomy, it has its excretions and all of these bad stuff that happen when you go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So I know this is a very weird example, but sometimes it just helps. Like, you try to idolize those things, but then the next moment you realize, hey, we are humans and we have our business to do when we go to the bathroom. So why do I have to idolize this part of the body or this beauty that much? Because it's simply a part of the body. Look, I realize how weird it might be for you to sit there and listen to me talking about this type of things, but whenever you have a tool that can be helpful for you, you can use it and reap the benefits. Number 5, how to undo your porn damaged brain is to reduce cues. In simple words, it is to unfollow IG models, unfollow all the pages, public pages, which gives you any type of cues, which makes you want to relapse or makes you want to self-gratify. Stop putting promiscuous content on your phone, TikTok pages where half-naked girls with butt cheeks dancing and jumping around in their living rooms. All of those things, they don't really bring anything to you. So like, we're not even talking about how to undo your brain, right? We're talking about basic stuff. Why would you spend your precious time watching people twerking and jumping on their phones, do your diet, fix your sleeping routine, read some books, and instead you choose scrolling your phone and watching half-naked girls, not even mature girls, dancing in their bedroom? See, some time ago I decided not to be addicted to social media. One of the reasons is that when you have platforms which give you cheap, accessible entertainment, cheap, accessible dopamine, you start seeing half-naked women online, and it just plants a seed in your mind, plants a small cue, right? A seed in your mind which grows out to be a big desire. Like, whenever you want to relapse and watch adult content and be dependent on that, it never starts with something explicitly huge. Like, you never come across a naked woman online. You see some type of small signs, and then your brain says, hey, I got a little dose of dopamine, so if you go there, watch more adult content, I'm gonna release a lot more dopamine and you're gonna feel good. Once you understand that thing, once you understand how your brain works and how dopamine works, how your reward system works, everything is gonna fall into place. It will all make perfect sense why your brain is wired to be dependent on this type of things. You start having so much control over your brain that even in some moments when you saw these women, which made you want to explore that idea more and go deeper and look for an adult content, even if you experience that moment and if you are in that situation, you are really conscious and grounded about your desires and about your stance, that you say, look, I don't need that, let me just be on my way. And number 6, the last point, how to undo your porn damaged brain, is to inspire your circle. Take this in. Instead of going out partying with your dudes, getting drunk, getting blacked out, smoking weed and spending your money, spending your time, spending your energy, vigor and everything on clubs and chasing women, instead of that, try to inspire your circle to go to the gym and lift heavy shit. Have this brotherhood, man. Like, when you have people who are in the same page as you, it's way easier for you to be the same way like they are, right? You often hear this, tell me who your best friends are and then I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna end up in your life. In simple words, instead of going to clubs, going to bars and drinking your pockets out, try to have this testosterone-filled group, testosterone-filled brotherhood with whom you can go do things, right? You can do gym, you can do working out, football and sports. It really is a good idea to have people who have the same values and who are at the same stage in their lives. You talk about development, you talk about business, you go on hiking. Like, those things are gonna influence your brain and make you think the same way, act the same way. You just inspire each other to do more, right? So for example, when I go with my friends to the gym, we try to lift more and more each time. We try to push each other to reach new limits. Find your brotherhood, find your corner, do your workouts and go home. That's it from me, gentlemen. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one.